Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session. Thank you for being here. My name is Miriam Molino, and I'm part of the Blue Wolf team in IBM. And I'm very happy and honored to have here with me Elisa Ibanez. Elisa is the responsible in IT for the call center and the Salesforce Center of Excellence in CaixaBank. So thanks, Elisa, for being here. According to our latest and just released State of Salesforce, 84% of call centers are working with 4 and more channels. So that means that call centers, contact centers are dealing with increasing complexity, and at the same time, customers, we demand better service, better experiences. So it's a complex world. So what Elisa is going to share with us today is what is the result when you put together Salesforce service and cognitive AI capabilities at the service of customer experience and agent satisfaction. Elisa, all yours.
Thank you, Miriam, for your kind introduction. Thank you for your time. First of all, I want to introduce you CaixaBank. CaixaBank is the leader bank of retail in Spain. We have 25% of the national market share. And although we have more than 4,000 employees and 4,000 branches and 37,000 employees, we have a huge digital vocation. So we offer our customers multiple digital channels and the largest ATM networks in Spain. The CaixaBank Groups has as a mission the well-being, the financial well-being of our customers and the progress of society. And the group bases its business and social initiatives in the corporative values of quality, trust, and social commitment. The last one is very, very important for us. Talking about the contact center, the first thing to say is I'm talking about an inbound contact center on service, for customer service, customer care. We are not a commercial contact center, not outbound, not telemarketing. We have different channels, as Miriam said, more than 4. And the main one is the phone, obviously, with more than 2 million calls per year. But the written channels has also a great importance. And the chat is growing year after year on the detriment of the phone call. And as a curiosity, you can see that we still receive letters on paper, written by pen. Okay? So the customers write to us usually to complain about the attention that they have received in a branch, and sometimes even to show the appreciation. So it's okay. We also offer attention to our employees. At the beginning of the project, we had more than 10 different units, business units, managing the business of contact center. And we offered to our customers more than 50 different phone numbers where they should call depending on the problem. If you have a problem with a credit card, call 1122. If you have a problem with a debit card, call 1123. If you have a problem with an ATM, and like that, 253. And the different business units hire independently different outsourcers that use different technologies. So as you can see, the situation was clearly perfectible. But in the possible side, we were already using the capabilities of Watson for different purposes. For instance, the FAQs for employees, or car fraud, or portfolio analysis. So that gave us some leverage on the process to start. Yes. So the bank's board committee opt for both organizational and technological process of transformation of the contact center service. And we set 3 main objectives. The first one, to increase the user satisfaction, the customer satisfaction. The second one, to unify the business units and have better management. And the last one, to increase the productivity of our agents, unifying the technological platform. And all that reduces the global cost of the services. Then in 2018, we start the search for a new CRM tool. And after some months of a benchmark, we choose Salesforce with any doubt. Every 1 year can imagine why, but mainly in 3 ways, in 3 aspects. The high coverage functionality of the challenges we have set in terms of customer experience, such as Omnichannel, the traditional 360 vision of client, and the contact management. In the agent side, for the ease of use, the elimination of tasks of little add value, or the assistance mechanism, as quick text and everything. And in the technology side, that is my priority, for the capacity of innovation that Salesforce has, the partners and customers community, the API change, the availability on the market, the partners that can carry on the implementation, and of course the reduction of time to market and cost of the projects. Then let's talk a little about the timeline of our project we are doing along with the Blue Wolf team. We start on January this year, and the first thing was the kickoff of the project. We decided to work on agile methodology using a Scrum and with a multi-skilled team. So the squad is composed by IT guys, business people, and of course, Blue Wolf specialists. Then we spend a month for the phase discovery in order to have sufficient product backlog and user stories to start working on sprints. The most difficult part was at the beginning. As we are a financial institution, we have very high security standards. So we spent 2 months to implement these measures on the top of the Salesforce out-of-the-box security. But we cannot take the security for granted. Then in May, we were able to launch into production the first functionality. That it was a small one, the chat attention, but it's used by 30 agents more or less. But it was very well valued by the agents, and we were able to test the performance of Salesforce, no doubt of that, and the whole thing we have implemented with the single sign-on, the architecture, and how the Salesforce Cloud works inside our bank's architecture. Then before summer holidays, we launched the second functionality. That means all the writing channels, Twitter and email, and all the case management. And then just 10 days ago, we succeed on putting into production the voice, the phone calls, that it's the most difficult part of the project, as the integration with the CTI is not easy. As we have a CTI on-premise, that it's a very tricky situation. Okay, so right now we have almost finished the main project, and we have to complete the rollout on January with the employee attention.
So after having implemented chat, digital channels, and then, well, almost with voice because you're in there. What is your view on the impact that this is having on the customers and all the agents?
Well, on the customer side, the first thing and very obvious is we have replaced the 50 different phone numbers for a single one. And it's also a free one. So it's much more easy for our customers to reach us. Then we can identify the customer within Salesforce and greet him in his own language. Most of our customers speak Spanish, but we have an important number of customers that speak Catalan. So, and they want to be assisted on the language. Then we will ask the customer on his own language what is the reason of his call in a natural language. He can say whatever he wants, and thanks to the cognitive skills of our architecture, we will interpret the intent of the call. If we are able, we will provide an automated response. If not, we will route the call to the best available agent specialized on the topic. When the call arrives to the agent, he will have all the context of the previous interaction of the customer with the IVR and everything. Then, using Watson and cognitive capabilities, we help the agent to have the best answer to provide to the customer, and with a single click, so it's very fast. And well, all that will help, will provide a customer experience faster and the same in all the channels. If you are trying to reach us by chat, it's the same experience. We have the chatbot at the beginning with Watson capabilities behind, and only if we are not able to respond automatically, we'll go through an agent. Right now, we are able to answer 98% of the chat interactions using a chatbot. Only 2% go through an agent. In the phone, it's the other way. It's only 5%, but this number is increasing every month because we are working hard on training the AI. Okay. In the agent side, all the improvements arise from the Salesforce use. We have replaced several different tools for different channels for only one that it's more usable and intuitive. So we have enhanced the agent performance. And as I said before, using Watson capabilities, we help the agent to answer faster. All of that combination, the single phone number, the routing capabilities, Watson, etc., helps with the first call resolution. We respond to our customer at his first call. He is not transferred to one service to another. He is not obliged to call twice. And we reduce the cost because the average handle time is small. Okay.
We have a
yeah. I skip one slide. That's the agent experience, and then we have a short video to show you how it really works. It's a chat and the phone attention. So.
Welcome to CaixaBank. Please indicate your ID number. Thank you. Explain now the reason for your call.
Unfreeze credit card.
Wait a minute, we'll pass the call to a phone operator.
So I apologize for the language, it was Spanish, but we were short of time, and I'm sure you get the idea.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
They lost the slide. Okay, so well, the video shows the size of the transformation from the starting point to what you have right now. That's a big step. But your Salesforce journey is like a never-ending story. So there's always new possibilities to streamline experience. So where are you?
I want to keep coming here every year. So,
so you know,
yeah.
So you need to do more things.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah, it seems that we have almost finished, but it's not true. We have achieved our organizational transformation, the single access number. We have replaced our ancient CTI, and we have a new one. We are using Salesforce for all our channels, all our case management since last week, I said. But we have a lot of work to do. Right now, we are working on increasing the number of automated operations. The first one is the credit card block, because it's always a pain moment for our customer. So we want to help him for a better experience. Then we are working on automating the bills consultation. Right now, our agents don't have information about the bills, but it's one of the most usual motives of calling to the contact center, so the experience has to be improved. What else? We want to anticipate why a customer is calling us. He has probably a good reason to do it. So we will check if his card has been stuck in an ATM or a credit card transaction has been denied. And with all of that, we can help the agent to provide a faster and better response to the customer. And well, as you say, it's a never-ending story. Yeah? So we have a lot of work to do.
There are many things to do. Well, the project has been very successful. We've seen that, and the reality is that it's been a great job.
Yeah, so.
But for sure that there are some lessons learned, and I would appreciate if you can share some of them.
Yeah, sure. It ain't all sunshines and rainbows. Not at all. But we have learned a lot, and we are proud of it. Things I will to show you. On the use of cloud, this is a paradigm shift regarding the on-premise infrastructure. So you have to learn to work with a standard to take advantage of the innovation that will arrive in the next releases. You need to take into consideration compliance and regulatory measures and all the security issues. You have to integrate with your legacy systems. That it's a pain point, I assure you. At least for us, it's a big bang, and we have a very complex architecture, and it's not easy. Then in the Agile, it's not going faster. it's providing value. But the obvious thing is to train your teams before starting the project. It's obvious, but we didn't like that. So we did the train 1 month after starting the project. You have to be aware that both IT people and business people will stay for some months in a squad on full-time dedication. IT guys are used to that, but for business people, it's a change of mind, okay? What else? Tools, Salesforce. Salesforce, we can see it's a goal, but you need to know well all the capabilities of the product. So I recommend you to have, I'm not paid by Salesforce, I recommend you to have a program architect of Salesforce to help you in all the technical issues, and obviously a good partner. We have been lucky to have Blue Wolf with us, acting as a consulting partner, and we are very grateful to them for helping us and for inviting me to be here. And that's all. We have achieved, or we are achieving all our objectives. So Salesforce is helping us to focus towards a unified service, simplifying the agent experience, increasing the customer satisfaction, and reducing the cost, I expect. So what else can I ask for? So.
Thank you, Elisa. Now we're open for questions. I mean, this is the project, but I think that we can answer any specific questions or concerns that you may have. So,
if you give me some minutes.
Oh yeah, sure.
I will to thank Aroa and Teresa that are far behind me. They are the soul and the brain of the project. I'm only the hands. So thank you so much for being with me all the time. Some questions? Please go ahead.
Which CTI tool you use?
Before?
No, which CTI tool you use with Salesforce?
Sorry, I don't understand you.
Which
Service Cloud?
Yeah, which CTI are you using?
Service Cloud.
Sorry.
Telephony.
As you can say, I learned by heart all the speech. We are using Genesis, but on premise.
Thank you.
I imagine the cloud version is easy to interact with Salesforce, but and all our interactions go first through Watson. So that's the difficult part. Voice and chat go Watson and then to the CTI and then to Salesforce. So it's technically very complex to do that.
Integration with CTI was something very, I would say, challenging.
Yes, very.
And there were some specific developments that had to be done in order that everything flowed appropriately. Yes.
Hey, Lisa, great presentation. By the way, you did learn very well the lines, so very interesting. You mentioned some of the key takeaways, but if you were going to go back 1 year, you were to start all over again, what would be the 1 or 2 things that you will do a little bit different in the project?
Oh. As I said, teaching the team before starting. And then probably using more time to the discovery phase. Even you are working on Agile, you need to have a perspective on the time you will need to carry out the project. And the business people are used that you say, in November I will have that. Actually, we say it in September, and we are in November. So thank you for 2 extra months. And it's important to manage the expectations because it's not so easy. It's not plug and play. At least for us, that it's a very complex system. Okay, but maybe that I will do differently.
Hi, I'm from a Danish bank. We're using Salesforce and the Omnichannel part of Salesforce as well. I don't know if you're using Omnichannel.
Yes.
I think I saw it. How are you organized in your customer service? Are you organized by channel or is it mixed? So can an agent both get voice and chat and emails? And how do we handle that?
Okay. We have segregate the agents like written channels and voice right now. Okay, we start with the written channels using Omnichannel, and we have started using voice with a routing made by Genesis. I hope that in a short time we will be able to have a single queue. Okay, but the agents that writes well not necessarily speaks well, and the other way. So the mix of skills is useful, for instance, for the nights or the weekends. In a Monday or Tuesday, we have 300 agents, but Thursday night, maybe we have 10. If we have 10 for written and 10 for voice, it's difficult to manage. So at that point, we will do a mix, but right now they are separated. I come to you later.
Thanks. How do your agents log in? Are they logging in through Genesis, through like a CTI plugin in Salesforce or somewhere else?
We are using the single sign-on with our own system of managing identities, the bank system.
Okay. When you showed in the video the agent made themselves available in Omnichannel, what was that, like Salesforce native Omnichannel, or is that like a plugin you were using?
No, it's Salesforce Omnichannel.
Okay.
For the right and in the chat it was the Omnichannel. The CTI it's the homemade widget for logging with CTI. But okay. when you say login, sorry, I assume putting your credentials.
Yes.
But after your status, you can change it using these widgets, the Omnichannel of the CTI one. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
How do you do the transitioning period? Yeah.
Well, it's a difficult part. Having two tools at the same time, it's not easy. So, as I said, we have written channels and phone. So, starting with the written was an easy way for us to start using Salesforce, because we have a limited number of agents. Right now, with the voice, that it's a big service, as we have the automatic routing, we have starting for a service we offer to millennial people. So if the IVR and cognitive and everything thinks that it's a question to the imaginers, that we call them, we'll route the call to these agents. Okay, and next week we will use another service, but the driven is the routing capabilities. Okay, we know that this call will go to that agent, so that agent will have Salesforce, and the other has the enchantment tool. Okay. Please.
Reducing the volume of chats, probably your agents now are dealing with more
Sorry,
complex demands.
could you repeat, because I don't know if the ones.
Reducing the volume of chats, like 98% are solved by the bot. You are now receiving more complex demands.
Yes.
How to deal with this, and how you do like invest in training or recruiting.
Yeah, and training basically, and using all the knowledge base. To be honest, the 98% of automatic response, before that, we offer the chat in a restricted area. Okay, it was not widely open. But since we have widely open the chat, all the people is using it. But you know that it's a machine, so that doesn't matter. People is reluctant to use the chat if they know that it's a real person behind. Okay, but the agents are well trained. They are very skilled. It's nice to watch them working because it's surprising the knowledge they have. Okay, there's someone else? Not.
I've got one.
Yes.
For you.
Not a tricky one, Miriam? Not the last one.
Don't promise anything. What is your view? You've mentioned that you still got certain things to do, but what is your view of your call center in, I don't know, in 2 years, for example? Are you envisioning that your mix of agents or the roles that they do? So how do you envision that? I don't know. It's like, what is your very high level view on how this is going to evolve?
Well, like he said, probably with more trained agents for complex questions, because we want to work in automation for a call deflection. So at the end, only the very complex questions will go through an agent. But we have every day more customers, luckily, and more digital channels, and some external things that increases the calls. So our goal always is to reduce the number of agents, but actually we only can contain the number of agents because the calls are increasing, not decreasing, due to the context and we're having more customers. But it will be a more cognitive contact center, and we have like a lot all the Einstein voice and everything with the online translation and detecting the intent and offering the answer. Maybe we will go through that. It's automatically case classification. The dream that Teresa always said, it's the agent has nothing to do. Only speak with the customer, but nothing else. Okay, that will be at the end. I don't know if in 2 years, Teresa, but.
Thank you, Lisa. I don't know if we have another question. Oh, yes.
Good afternoon. Thanks for the presentation. Very informative. One question that I had for you, did you have any challenges with data migration, data quality, and if so, how did you overcome them for this project?
We're still there. The data right now are still in the ancient system, and it will have the next technical thing to do. Okay, it's not easy at all. As Salesforce will charge us for having all the data stored in the cloud, probably we will keep it on premise and make some kind of API to access to our data. Not a real migration. For us, at this moment, the CRM, the real CRM of the bank, is still the legacy. Okay? So we only have in Salesforce the customers that are calling or interacting with us. At that moment, we go to the legacy system to obtain all the data, and we will keep it. But we don't have made a real migration from the data from the legacy system to the Salesforce. Okay? I don't know if it's what you were.
No, those are the kinds of challenges
Yeah, sure.
gone through as well, so I could get your perspective. Thank you.
So if there are no more questions, Elisa, again, thank you very much.
Thank you to you. And thank
Thanks
you to our
to all of you
audience.
attending.